Welcome to the It Was a Thing on TV podcast, episode 10, submission 120, the Chimp Channel. The Chimp Channel aired on TBS Superstation from June 10th, 1999 to December 16th, 1999, for a total of 13 episodes. Now, guys, Mike, Chico, you know for a long time I've been waiting. I've been dying since we came up with this podcast. I've been dying to discuss this show with you guys.
Yes, you have.
I couldn't tell.
Well, the Chimp Channel, I guess you could say, evolved from a series of shorts on TBS that started back on February 1st, 1998, called Monkeyed Movies, which were films that parodied popular films or television programs that were currently being broadcast on TBS with the use of costume chimpanzees and orangutans voiced by human actors. This usually would air during dinner and a movie, like during the commercial breaks. They would have like the short little interstitials of the films that were being aired. Now, do you have any memories of these shorts? Because I
do have memories of the shorts. I believe some of them aired on the SMF TV block as well. For those of you who don't know, SMF TV was Sunday morning in front of the television, where TBS would have their two acquired Hanna-Barbera series, which at the time were SWAT Cats and Two Stupid Dogs. They would air some of the interstitials when the episodes ran short.
Now, Mike, I know you told me that you have no memory of the original shorts.
I'm just claiming ignorance for this entire episode. I'm going to just sit here and be a casual observer.
Well, that's your loss, Mike. Let me tell you. So in 1998, TBS aired Tom Stern's Monkeyed Movies. There were 48 segments that were run during dinner and a movie in odd times slots, usually after sporting events. However, one day when a golf tournament ran short, TBS played about a half hour of Monkeyed Movies to unexpected results. The ratings actually increased, which gave TBS a good idea. How about we expand this concept and make it a regular show? So aiming to a young male audience, TBS would place the Chimp Channel on Thursday nights at 10:05 p.m. That's right, they were still doing Turner Time, baby, back in summer of 1989, following the network's top-rated professional wrestling show, WCW Thunder. An April 1999 press release noted the series' original title as Channel of the Apes. Get it?
Boo!
However, it would be renamed the Chimp Channel, and it would debut on June 10th, 1989. Now, not long into production, the creator of the concept of Monkeyed Movies, a man by the name of Tom Stern, would find himself at odds with TBS management regarding the direction of the series, which led to an incident on March 8th, 1999, which he improvised a raunchy performance art piece that involved full nudity and breaking 2 liquor bottles on the show's set. Stern was promptly fired for the incident, despite claiming that he had permission from network officials to do what he called, quote-unquote, improv comedy, described as, quote, trying to get stuff off my chest about the wrong-headed direction the show was taking. On June 9th, one day before the Chimp Channel series premiere, Stern filed a breach of contract suit against TBS, Warner Brothers Domestic Pay TV, Telescopic Pictures, and Palomar Pictures in LA. seeking damages of $1.65 million. Stern was represented in the suit by Los Angeles attorney David Wall. Production of the series continued for a few more months without its creative founder.
At what point, if you're TBS, do you just say, you know what, this is such a clustermuck, let's just, take our losses and run?
What? Come on, Mike.
Okay, I totally get that. If that happened, we wouldn't have this installment, but it just sounds like a mess from the start.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm having flashbacks of Lancelot Link's secret chimp. What's going on here?
Well, I was going to mention that actually because, I was going to mention Lancelot Link, but also Mr. Smith. I mean, I think, realistically, those are probably the last two times that a simian, a monkey or similar creature, was in a lead position on a TV show. And both of those lasted 13 weeks or 13 episodes. And by gosh, how long did Chimp Channel last? Just
13 episodes.
Just saying.
So the show would evolve around a series of skits with interstitials about some of the on-camera stories and behind-the-scenes stories at the Chimp Channel. So here are some of the characters that are on the show. We have Brock Hammond, a 39-year-old male actor fitting the self-absorbed masculine archetype similar to David Hasselhoff. We have George W. Heinlein, who is the Chimp Channel's veteran news anchor. We have Marina, a parody of Pamela Anderson, who is the super sexy blonde actress from the show Tree Watch.
Tree Watch.
Monkeys in slow motion?
Yes.
In scantily-clad swimwear?
We have Murray Price, who is the undisputed king of all celebrity interviews, who is a parody of who else? Larry King. He is played by an orangutan. And now we have the behind-the-scenes stars of the Chimp Channel. We have Bernard, the sarcastic parrot, voiced by the legendary Maurice LaMarche, who is the parrot sidekick of Harry. We have Biff and Stan, who are a veteran writing team who provide material for the plethora of television genres. We have Ford Carter, a 58-year-old Australian self-made gazillionaire who owns the Chimp Channel in addition to newspapers, hotel chains, and other properties. He shares traits with Rupert Murdoch.
I was going to say, he couldn't be like a character of Rupert Murdoch. Australian, owns TV channels and newspapers. No, that's just pure coincidence.
It's also pure coincidence. Joke? Yeah, it's also pure coincidence that Rupert Murdoch happens to be a bit of a rival to Ted Turner, who at this time was still, I don't know if he was chairman or CEO. He was still involved with TBS despite having sold it to Warner Brothers.
Yeah, he wouldn't lose all his power until the disastrous AOL merger. But do you get that the character is named Ford Carter? You get it? Ford Carter?
Yeah, they're presidents. He has
yes.
a son named Reagan, I guess. I guess he has a daughter named Reagan, but let's talk about something else.
Maybe that would have been explored in season 2. His daughter would have been named Reagan Bush.
And I hope that she doesn't have a relationship with Clinton.
Because if there would be Clinton Bush.
No, I'm not going there.
We have basically the main character of the show, Timmy Breyer, who is a young, bright-eyed intern at the Chimp Channel. He's a kind of naive young chimp who has a crush for Marina. We have Harry Waller, also voiced by Maurice LaMarche, who is the 52-year-old president of the Chimp Channel and a television veteran. And we have Candy Upens, who is the Chimp Channel's makeup girl. Now, do you know who voiced Candy, the Chimp Channel makeup girl?
That would be Mindy Cohn, a.k.a. Natalie from The Facts of Life, a.k.a. Velma Dinkley.
Correct. Wow, now I didn't expect you to put the Velma Scooby-Doo reference. So
Oh,
good on that,
totally.
Chico.
I mean, you look at the entire cast. These are all voiceover legends. You have Richard Doyle, Jennifer Hale, Dwight Schultz, Howling Mad Murdoch, yes. Richard Stephen Horvitz, who played Alpha 5 on Power Rangers, and Michael Donovan, who did a lot of work in Canada. So, a lot of this had a lot of gravitas in the voiceover field.
And you've probably got the best in Maurice LaMarche.
Yes.
Yes.
The best.
And speaking of voiceovers, earlier today I found something. I guess before the premiere of the Chimp Channel, I found a clip from a WCW satellite feed, because obviously, as I mentioned before, WCW Thunder was the lead-in program to the Chimp Channel. So to plug the Chimp Channel, they had announcers Mike Tenay and Larry Zbyszko do voiceover as monkeyed versions of themselves plugging the Chimp Channel. So we watched like 5 minutes of them recording voiceovers on YouTube for the commercial for the Chimp Channel. Somebody get me a banana.
Do we have that clip?
And here's the clip in question. It's a little redundant because it's done 3 or 4 times, but here it is.
Coming up next, right here on the Superstation. It's the missing link in television. It's coming, a wild new series. It's a network composed of monkeys, the Chimp Channel.
Somebody... Shoot, I thought I had him when he turned... okay.
I was okay. Coming up next, right here on the Superstation. It's a missing link in television is coming. It's a wild new series about a network composed of monkeys.
Somebody get me a banana.
It's next, the Chimp. Nah, that was horrible. That was the worst one of all.
All right, so you're going to keep talking after it goes blank?
No.
Good.
I want to be out by then.
Oh, I thought he said you had a couple seconds to go.
Coming up next, right here on the Superstation. The missing link in television is coming. It's a wild new series. It's the Chimp Channel. Next, right here on TBS.
Somebody get me a banana. Oh, play the whole thing. Yeah, this is fun. I love this. That'd be good. Let's go to our counterparts in Hollywood or something, and that'll be this.
Hey, legend, isn't it great to be a part of the premiere of the Chimp Channel?
Ooh, wait, I can't hear you, Mike. I got cauliflower in my ear.
You know, Larry, as of late, I just been feeling funky like a monkey all the time.
Quit listening to Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, no. The fans are chanting, Larry, Larry, Larry. I'm warning you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, no. God.
Oh, I can't help it, Mike. They love me.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Hey, stop it. You're going to make a human out of yourself.
Oh, Larry, don't go ape on me.
What is that gimmick on your butt, a diaper?
Oh, coming up next, right here on the Superstation. The missing link in television is coming. It's a wild new series. It's the Chimp Channel. Next, right here on TBS.
Somebody get me a banana.
I think it's as good as it's going to get. I don't think we can get a much better to you.
No.
I thought that was good. Oh, I thought that was good. I think so, too. Hey, legend, isn't it great to be a part of the premiere of the Chimp Channel?
Ooh, wait, I can't hear you, Mike. I got cauliflower in my ear.
You know, Larry, as of late, I just been feeling funky like a monkey all the time.
Quit listening to Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, no. The fans are chanting, Larry, Larry, Larry. I'm warning you. Don't do it! Don't do it! Oh, no! Oh, God!
Oh, I can't help it, Mike. They love me.
Oh, no, 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 no!
Yes, 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 yes.
Oh, I can't believe it!
Hey, stop it. You're going to make a human out of yourself.
Oh, Larry, don't go ape on me!
What is that gimmick on your butt, a diaper?
Oh, coming up next, right here on the Superstation. The missing link in television is coming. It's a wild new series. It's the Chimp Channel, next right here on TBS.
Somebody get me a banana.
Man,
Somebody get him a banana.
somebody get the living legend Larry Zbyszko banana, damn it. All right, so I have a review, Mike, from Variety on the Chimp Channel, and you're gonna love this. That's the lead. As if human beings telling Leigh and Monica Lewinsky jokes was not painful enough, now we have chimpanzees doing it. Imagine, there are now TV writers earning a living peddling multi-mammal humor. What a clever species we are. Too bad that chimps themselves would be hard-pressed to find this one-joke premise anything close to amusing.
I must have missed the joke.
In the review, the conceit here is that apes are running a cable network called the Chimp Channel, TCC for short. That's all chimps and orangutans all the time. All the movies, series, newscasts, commercials, and promos star and are produced by apes. The laughs, unlike bananas, do not come in bunches. The few that emerge trickle out noisily as if from a leaky faucet.
Wow, that sounds very potassium filled.
Based on my experience watching that show, I can't disagree.
Okay, so what are your Mike? You said you only lasted 8 minutes watching the Chimp Channel. So
Yeah,
give us your thoughts on what you saw.
made me want to go back and watch more Automan.
Oh, wow.
I was pondering creating my own sequel to the Zippers episode. I lasted about 5, maybe 6 minutes into the premiere episode, and there was a skit they did about Jeopardy, which really was foolish, and not because it wasn't realistic, but ultimately in the end, all of the chimpanzees or the monkeys were like swinging on the set or doing stupid stuff. It's like, okay, this is funny, really? I just didn't see the humor, but also, and it didn't help that maybe it's because of this first episode. It took like 4 or 5 minutes to get just to the opening sequence. I don't know if they're trying to develop some sort of backstory or what have you.
Yeah, they're probably trying to develop some sort of backstory.
But it took a painfully long time to get to the opening credits of the first episode. But also, I'm going to add one more thing. Since you were talking about the Variety review, I've got another review here from the Sun Sentinel. Tom Gicha, apologies if I mispronounced the last name, claimed that the Chimp Channel, quote unquote, the Chimp Channel sounds a lot funnier than it turns out to be on air. An occasional brief skit on a show like SNL or Mad TV, the Chimp Channel might be entertaining. However, Gicha also provided additional insight into the series' predicament, pondering, TBS seems to have its days and nights confused. Cleaned up of its occasional Randy references, there's even a snarky shot at Monica Lewinsky. How 1999? That's my editorializing there, the how 1999 part. The Chimp Channel might work for an audience at 10 in the morning on Saturday. At 10 at night on Thursdays, it's a King Kong-sized loser. So maybe that's the issue. They were aiming it at the wrong audience, trying to get adults to watch it when maybe it should have been more of a kid's show, going back to, like, as Greg said earlier, Lancelot Link.
Yeah, I
think this show more works in concept on like an afternoon or morning show on weekends.
Absolutely. And as you mentioned earlier, Hanna-Barbera at the time had, I think you said SWAT Cats.
SWAT
And
Cats and Two Stupid
and
Dogs.
Two Stupid Dogs was on in 1999. I didn't know it ran that long. I mean, I know it's probably reruns, but still.
It was reruns, yeah.
Right, yeah, because I remember that was like original back in like 94 or so. But maybe they could have put it in that block, put it at 9 or I mean, they even mentioned 10 in the morning. Maybe it would work there. And also if the fare was lightened down to something that kids could enjoy or families could enjoy. I just don't see how this works as a primetime show, especially following wrestling, because you said this followed wrestling, right?
Yeah, it followed WCW Thunder on Thursday nights.
I just see the two audiences being totally different. I don't see a wrestling audience really enjoying watching chimps making fun of TV or a TV network type of setting. That's just me. I think, yeah, if they rejiggered a little bit and actually made it like a kid's show, maybe it would have lasted longer. But also at the same time, yeah, given how much money TBS put into this, apparently, do you really want to air a show like that at 10 in the morning on Saturdays or Sundays, or even earlier?
Yeah, and now this leads to sad news. On December 5th, 1999, TBS announced that they were going to cancel the Chimp Channel. TBS decided to shift a number of primetime changes onto their schedule. So WCW Thunder would shift from Thursday night to Wednesday night because this was around the time where WWF SmackDown premiered on UPN, cutting into their audience. And at this time, like, WCW was beginning their fall, which would eventually lead to their end and sale to the WWF. And of course, this is late 1999, so this would be the period where bro Vince Russo was the head writer for WCW. So TBS decided to cancel the Chimp Channel and replace it with back-to-back films of the series Movies for Guys Who Like Movies. And WCW Thunder on January of 2000 would be followed in their lead-in program to the next show at 10 o'clock would be the 2000 version of Ripley's Believe It or Not. Do you remember the 2000 version of Ripley's Believe It or Not, guys?
The one with Dean Cain?
Yes.
Dean Cain and Kelly Packard?
Yeah.
It wasn't Ripley's Believe It or Not in the true sense. I'm sorry. My allegiance for that show goes back to Jack Palance. That was so great in the early 80s.
Believe it or not.
Well, it almost seemed like it was a stunt show more than what I think, really Ripley, what he's all about. Showing amazing, medical discoveries or amazing facts and stuff that you just wouldn't believe.
It was basically along the lines of Guinness Prime Time.
That's it. You took it right out of my mouth.
It's like
that's
part.
Exactly
it was part Jack Palance and part Mark Thompson setting up a challenge.
And I think if you balance it out, it wasn't 50-50. I would say it was more like 90-10. I mean, I really did not like the Ripley's Believe It or Not series then, because again, like I said, it was more like Guinness Primetime than it was Ripley's Believe It or Not with Jack Palance back in the early to mid 80s. But also another thing of note, Greg, this was TBS's first attempt at a original comedy.
Yes.
They did better as time went on. One of my favorite shows, and it only lasted, I think, about 3 seasons on TBS, was a show called 10 Items or Less, which itself was sort of I don't want to say ripoff, but in the same vein as Check It Out back in the 80s with Don Adams. Don Adams. I almost said Maxwell Smart.
Yeah. Possible future entry, by the way.
Ooh, you may have to fight me over that one. I like Check It Out too, but we'll talk about that later. But also, I mean, this is now 15 years after the Chimp Channel, actually even a little bit longer than that. Then they basically made their entire 10 o'clock lineup comedies. They had Angie Tribeca, which was a great show, but they screwed that up in a number of ways. They had The Detour, which was a great show, but they screwed it up in a number of ways. And they had other comedies, and still do have other comedies in there that they run basically one season per year.
Yeah, American Dad, which amazingly enough, they have not screwed up just yet.
American Dad, they have not screwed up. Yes, gotta give them points there.
They did screw up the hour of Drop the Mic and Joker's Wild by sending it to TNT, but that's neither here nor there.
They did screw that up. But they have some other shows. Miracle Workers is coming back from what I saw. Not that I watched it, but now it's going to be, this season is like medieval themed. Miracle Workers, The Last Crusade or something like that. But again, neither here nor there.
Hey, at least Daniel Radcliffe is getting work.
True. So
he's getting work, and also Steve Buscemi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And actually, I should also mention one other show, which really was my favorite out of all these comedies, even though I loved Angie Tribeca, and I loved The Detour, at least the first couple of seasons. The one show, and I don't know why they dropped it. It was a great show. I thought it had decent ratings. Sullivan and Son.
Yeah.
About the Irish family that owned a bar. It had Brian Doyle Murray, and it had the father from The Wonder Years. I can't think of his name. Dan
Lauria.
Dan Lauria. Yes. That was a great show. And Steve Byrne and Roy Wood Jr. That was, I loved that show. And that just got canceled with no, I didn't see anything online about it. That was a great show. I'd love to see that again. That may be where some of my money may be going to get that through a service or something.
Yeah, another block of shows that have replaced the Chimp Channel. Possible future entries to include Daisy Does America and He's a Lady.
What the heck
Epic
is He's a Lady?
That's what I was trying to say the same thing.
It is basically RuPaul's Drag Race without the camp.
Oh, that's terrible.
And then I'm guessing Daisy Does America is like saying Daisy Fuentes?
No, Daisy Donovan, British comedian. Travelogue through America.
Like that hasn't been done in the past.
Well, guys, now that Turner has brought back wrestling on their networks with All Elite Wrestling on TNT Wednesday nights, I gotta ask, guys, do you think that now is the right time for a reboot of the Chimp Channel?
Is there ever a right time?
Guys, if they can reboot the XFL, I think that anything can be rebooted now at this point.
Greg has an amazingly accurate point. They could reboot the XFL, by the way. Possible future entry. They could reboot anything.
This was so insipid. Like I said, I lasted maybe 8 minutes, and 5 of it was, setting up the introduction in the first episode, and then finally getting to the introduction so I could get a snap of the title card for our damn graphic. And then the other 3 minutes or so, 4 minutes, was that Jeopardy parody, which was really ridiculously stupid.
You just thought it was stupid because you didn't like the Roberto Benigni thing, which, to be honest, in 1999 was not even that funny.
No! The categories rhymes with blotocopier. Really? That's not really funny. I'm sorry. And then they don't get it right.
Man,
what rhymes with blotocopier?
Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
It's lame writing. It has nothing to do with Roberto Benigni or the animals climbing the set by the end of the skit. There was just no meat on the bone.
The meat was never in the sandwich.
I want my game show parodies to be taken seriously, damn it.
I never said that. No, it has nothing to do with, everything needs to be like a real TV show. I never said that, but you're supposed to be a comedy show. At least
He was
try delivering on the comedy.
he was spoiled by SNL, and I think we all were spoiled by SNL, especially SNL in the mid-90s, or the early to mid-90s.
Now, I was a Mad TV person at this time. I did not watch SNL in the time of Sherry O'Terry and Will Ferrell and all that. Once the cast really got turned over in like 96, 97, nope, Mad TV is where I went. But I do like a good Sherry O'Terry doing Judge Judy. That is funny.
Hey guys, do you want to see my swords collection? Okay, well, I guess that's gonna have to do it. Sadly, this episode is gonna come to an end, but I feel like we've given this show the Chimp Channel, the due it deserves. I think people are finally gonna be happy that someone out there is showing some love to the Chimp Channel.
So, Greg, are you trying to tell us that the Chimp Channel, it was definitely something on TV?
It was a thing on TV, Mike.
It definitely was a thing on TV. Maybe not a thing that a lot of us saw, but it was a thing 20 years ago.
Yes. So we're going to be back later this week with another episode, and we'll give it away. It is, speaking of Jeopardy and speaking of shows, we got a show for you from the early 1980s involving Alex Trebek and Mike.
It's not Malcolm.
Oh man!
Hold up!
No, wait. Malcolm is reserved for the "It was almost a thing on television" special.
Hold up! Our audience doesn't even know what Malcolm is, so we're gonna save that for later. But
yes, they do. Our audience is smart.
Not everyone listening to this podcast is a game show fan, Mike.
Go to YouTube, search Malcolm Game Show. You'll thank us later.
Next week, later we will be talking about the short-lived 1981 Canadian-produced game show, Pitfall.
That was definitely a thing on television.
And it might have actually had a worse ending than Malcolm.
Oh, wow.
But we'll get to that later.
Yes.
Just remember, we're on social media. We're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
We are everywhere?
We're everywhere.
It was a thing on TV.com. That'll take you to the podcast page, and then from there you can go to our Facebook and our Instagram and our Twitter and our Tumblr. And I think we just started a Tinder profile there, so you can swipe on our 2-month-old podcast and swipe right, and we'll go out on a date, and we'll never talk about it again after that.
Just look for Mr. Smith in the profile picture.
Oh, geez. Look for Bobo.
Hey guys, I gotta ask. You think we're on Friendster?
I think we're still on MySpace.
I think we're still on 6 Degrees, actually.
Yeah, let me make sure that our live journal is still working.
I don't know. The Russians may have taken it down a while back. You never know.
This was definitely not a thing on TV, you American bastards.
We'll be back later this week, of course, to talk about Pitfall with Alex Trebek. So until next time, I'm Greg Dieter, and that has been Mike Klaus and Chico Alexander, and we will see you later this week for Pitfall. Somebody get me a banana, guys.
The Chimp Channel. I actually did that. Oh no.
You were gonna.
Mike.
Yeah.
Somebody get you a banana. Hold on a second. Hold on. Yeah, Mom?
Are you talking about the Chimp Channel again, Greg? I told you to get out of your system 15 years ago.
All right. Let's
Pick it up. 3.
Wait, no, that's at the end. First off, I don't know if Greg heard what I said.
What did you say?
Oh, you're not finding out to the end, big guy. Oh.
And we're back in.
Oh. No, I want to know what you said.
So you said, hold on, guys, my mom's calling me. And I said, Greg, are you talking about the Chimp Channel again? I told you to let go of that 15 years ago. That is so staying in.
No, that is not staying in.
Dude, it is. I'm the editor. Okay, maybe it won't.
Good.
It's damn funny.
And we're back in.
Okay, all right. So do you want to... Hold on. So you guys want to know
Stop
about the
monkeying
character...
around, Greg. Oh my God.